An investigation now underway after a massive fire broke out at an abandoned water park in East Columbus. And tonight, many in the community are wondering what's next for the property that was on track to soon be sold. Thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Yolanda Harris. Now, that fire started late last night at the former Fort Rapids Indoor Water Resort. Columbus Division of Fire Chief Geider says they were able to get that fire under control in 3 to 4 hours. Now, fire officials say the damage to the building is significant and the roof caved in. The chief says the location of the damage made it complicated for investigators to get where they needed to be.
Kind of in a cleanup stage at this point, just making sure there's no hot spots that need to be put out as our investigators continue to comb through, the damage. There's been a collapse of the roof and some of the walls on that northern part. So it's just been hazardous for the investigators to get in there until it's really stabilized.
Well, health and safety and fire violations led to the park shutting down back in 2016. And now, after the fire, a lot of questions surround what's next for the property. 10 Investigates reporter Rochelle Aline is looking into the troubled history of that property and its hopeful future. And she joins us now live from the vacant water park. Rochelle, what are you uncovering about this?
Yolanda, to your point, it's left behind some massive questions. The biggest two questions are surrounding the property's ownership and, again, the possible sale of this property. What does this fire mean for a potential sale?
The old Fort Rapids Water Park in Columbus is no stranger to inspections. It's been the center of controversy, code violations, and fines since its closure in 2016. And just 2 months before Sunday night's blaze came a warning from yet another inspection by a county environmental specialist. Court records show that the owner was told that improper use of extension cords, a number of combustibles, and a downed fire protection system made it a fire risk. It's an irony not lost on the city's attorney.
We have brought code violations against the property owner, Mr. Kern, the contempt fines for failing to bring the property, including making sure that all the fire equipment is working, ironically. That was one of the code violations, and I think having a massive fire to scale goes to show you the importance of why we do have health and safety codes on the books to make sure that properties are taken care of.
According to the city, since 2017, various departments and Franklin County courts have tried to get the property up to code. When that didn't work, in 2022, they began fining the owner $1,000 a day. And in August, a probate court cleared the way for this property to be sold to someone who may be able to bring it up to code. The city attorney's office says recently there was an interested buyer, but after the fire, they're not sure if that possible sale will stick.
The fire and the damage that is still to be determined with the fire that happened last night complicates things. The buyer's doing his due diligence, and then depending on the extensive damage or the amount thereof due to the fire, the buyer will have to make a decision whether to proceed to buy, try to renegotiate the price, or perhaps walk away. We don't really know because we don't know what the amount of damage is.
Now, the city attorney's office says sale or no sale, the current owners are actually due back in court for compliance issues on December 3rd. That said, throughout our investigation, we found a few different names attached to this property. And we also learned that there are some questions about the true ownership of the current property as it stands right now. We spoke to an attorney that's familiar with this case, and we'll have a statement on our website, 10tv.com, coming up soon. For now, in Columbus, Rochelle Aline, 10TV News.
All right, thank you, Rochelle. Now, do you have a story idea for our 10 Investigates team to dig into or questions you want answered? Email us 10investigates@10tv.com.